The economy surprises economists this morning by shrinking 1.4%, which should kill any thought of a tax increase. Americans have good reason to now be anxious amid rapid inflation, and on Thursday they received another warning. The U.S. economy shrank in the first quarter of 2022 by 1.4%, the first decline since the pandemic lockdown recession in the first half of 2020. The question is whether this is, well, transitory or the sign of stagflation or recession to come. Let's get a little media reaction from it.
Surprising new numbers from the government today. The U.S. economy shrank in the first quarter of 2022. The nation's gross domestic product declined at an annual rate of 1.4%. Most economists were expecting a positive growth number. Instead, the numbers show the worst quarter in 2 years.
Biden was asked about this. I haven't seen this clip, so I don't know if it's coherent English, but let's find out. Cut 2, G, roll that.
Sir, how concerned are you about a recession, given the GDP report today showed a contraction of 1.4% in the fourth quarter?
Well, I'm not concerned about a recession. And I mean, you're always concerned about a recession.
You're not concerned about
GDP,
a recession, but you're always concerned.
You know, it's below 1.4%. But here's the deal. We also had last quarter consumer spending and business investment and residential investment increased at significant rates, both for leisure as well as hard products. Number one. Number two, unemployment is the lowest rate since 1970. A record 4.5 million businesses were created last year. We're in a situation where we have a very different view than Senator Scott of Republicans that want to raise taxes on the middle-class families and want to include half the small business owners.
I can't stand this guy.
So I think what you're seeing is enormous growth in the country that was affected by everything from COVID and the COVID blockages that occurred along the way. Now, you always have to take a look, and no one is predicting a recession now. Some are predicting there may be a recession in 2023. I'm concerned about it, but I know one thing, that if our Republican friends are really interested in doing something about dealing with the economic growth, and they should help us continue to lower the deficit, which we've done last year, over $350 billion. They should be willing to work with us to have a tax code that is actually one that
That's enough.
Works.
First of all, maybe he's not aware
that. Such a tool. Like, this is a joke.
Maybe he's not aware.
Listen to it.
Maybe he's not aware that Chuck Schumer, the leader of his party in the Senate, just yesterday, do we still have the clip? He's talking about Tim Scott wanting to raise taxes. When did Tim Scott talk about that? I didn't hear it. Maybe it was today and I missed it. But I know I heard this from Chuck Schumer yesterday. Roll that.
If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts and raise rates. No Republican is ever going to do that. So the only way to get rid of inflation is through reconciliation.
Oh, jeez.
That's his guy. That's not Tim Scott. I don't know when Tim Scott talked about raising taxes. I'd have to see that to believe it.